Hey everyone. Okay, just about to begin the riddle on the rails. Now, I actually looked up the solution for the experiment. uh, now, it I'm sure it's just solely me, but I hope it's not so the case. But if it apparently is just my interpretation, quite possibly. But you see, I looked up solution and now, according to the rules, according to the rules that had excuse me, the reagents you had, you had your in terms of the order that had to go in, and the orange one always had to be third, but always had to go second. I always had to go after the blue one, and the colorless had to go after the orange, I believe it was. Now, the reason I bring this up is that the rules is that there's no wonder why I didn't understand it, because the solution, at least to me, from at least from my interpretation of it, because I looked up and it showed the order to which you actually poured the agents in contradicted the rules. The whole order of orange must go after blue and colorless and white for sake of argument. White must go after orange. It's like they'll flip the order around. Like, there was blues after oranges. There was there was white after blue, and it's like I'm thinking out of the order. I'm like, with the rules that gave us for this must go after the orange reagent and all this. Like, according to the three rules, the answer contradicted the three rules. And when I looked at that, I realized that I would never, unless I started randomly pouring things in, which would have taken me the better part another hour, which I wasn't going to bother anyone with. Unless I looked at a solution, I promise you that unless I start doing random, just pouring things in a random order, colors in random order, I would never have got the answer correct. To my mind, unless there's something in the rules that I missed, in which case feel free to correct me and please explain what part of the rules I misinterpreted. But to my way of interpreting those rules, and the actual answer was, you can look it up as well. You can look it up. There's on it, but there was if you look up the actual the case under the game and everything, I'll tell you. And just want to point out that the actual answer just, if I followed the rules, I would never have discovered it. I just thought I'd point that out because I looked it up and I was just like, in what world does that? In what world does? In what world does that definition match the answer? Like I said, it's probably just me. But anyway, just thought I'd clarify that. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the second mystery, Riddle on the Rails. Now, this is actually, from what I remember, quite an interesting one, so let's do this.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is. The one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Let me guess. One person who can tell him to go on a mystery.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
I figured.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
He knows.
I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
He's trying to
I
politely
wrote
ask.
you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Oh,
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late.
Of course
You're
he
in the
is.
4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Oh, the type of person Mycroft is like. He already knows what's going on. It's like, don't worry, Watson. The train will wait for you. They're always going to be late. Someone's just like, oh, here we go again. Oh, reminds me of the shows. That's kind of cool. Oh, got a letter. Oh, I should point out now, the letters, in case anyone that hasn't played this game and isn't aware, sometimes you get, after each case, depending on your actions, you may actually get a letter from certain parties, from maybe one or more parties involved in that previous case, whether it's, you know, blame or thanks, apologies, I don't know, just whatever, you know, they might write to you about something or somewhere or situation, and, you know, it's just kind of a nice interesting thing afterwards, so just thought I'd point that out. The Saran, Harpooner's Revenge. The grotesque murder of the former Captain Peter Carey, known in private as Black Peter, has been resolved. The evidence that Scotland Yard received from a trustworthy source was more than sufficient to conclude that the murder of Peter Carey was Pablo Contrario, one of Carey's former harpooners. However, lawful justice could not be awarded. Coventry, I think that's how Sherlock pronounced it, was found dead of natural causes, possibly from his remorse at committing such a terrible crime. And did say tell him to leave the country and everything, so I think it's just more it's, you know, just the nice resolution to that, so. Hey, doggy! No, that's not what I meant.
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby.
Right. Ran the true Sherlock Holmes. I'm just making sure there's nothing else. Okay. Let me just remember how we do this. What the hell? Chronicle. There we go. Do we need... Oh, we probably need to...
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
There's the show called Sherlock Holmes in England, which actually does a really good at least I think so, from what I've always understood of the, you know, whole folklore and legend behind Sherlock Holmes. Just, you know, the one that stars Benedict Cumberbatch, that one, you know, with the whole banter between them. For me, the one that's in this game is very, it's almost like the game, or vice versa. I'm not sure which way around it was, depending on when the shows were made and all that. But if I believe that the show was actually made after the game. I think so. So I think this game might have actually had a lot of basis on that show, or vice versa, because the personality types and the way they're represented is so similar. It really is, and so that's extremely well done. So, at least I think so.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
We have a mystery on our hands. So the archive thing is, in case anyone hasn't already figured out, it's basically where that's all his encyclopedias, newspaper archives, all that, like, it's all basically become mobile. That's what that is, in case anyone hasn't figured that out already. So it means you don't have to travel back to Baker Street
Well,
to
here we are
analyze
again
things.
at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
First things first. Well, on the tracks, make sure all the obvious things.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
Okay.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here.
Come on, just no. Select that. No, no. Get this thing to behave for us. Just
There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Sure enough.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Just making sure I grab everything. Don't want to miss anything. There are times in this game where I wish I could just have a little jog or a brisk walk, but it is what it is. I think that's the only real downside to this game, if I'm honest.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Right. Make sure we don't miss anything. Okay, make sure I go on the obvious. Honorary badge, just been doing this for quite a while. It's Earth. Wait a minute, okay.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
See you later, my good man.
Okay, cool. Sure, look for anything suspicious. Gotta search. Oh, hang on.
Railway post bags.
Make sure we get everything. Yep, that was it. Oh dear. Nothing in here so far. Alright. Oh.
An old locomotive bell. This part is probably from a locomotive.
Well, we'd have assumed
This
that.
place serves as a storage area for the station.
Oh.
This part is probably from a locomotive.
Also, it's ready for some recreation later on. Where's that map? Didn't they say the one was inside the meeting hall? Oh, hang on. Ah.
This map will be useful.
Okay. The vanished train. All right. Okay. Okay, let's go then the fire to make sure we don't miss anything. Anything around here we should know about? Double check things.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
I can't check the signal box, see if that has anything bad. Otherwise, I might take a walk the other way and see if there's anything else. Aside from what I've already found, it's on that signal. Signals can give away more information than it's obvious. Okay. Is there anything? So, okay, there's nothing. There's always still more evidence, or at least you have to. Oh, wasn't that other? Oh, there's the other room there. Might have to go in that one. Oh yeah. Excuse me. He had their report, didn't he? That's what.
A telegraph.
Okay. Store stations. Mr. Robertson is located at Bridlington Station. Okay.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Nottingham to London, train line number 324, position locomotive, coal, first class car, postal wagon, ordered by Mr. Robertson's second class car. Okay.
Here is the train set.
Nothing I've missed so far? Let's have another quick chat with this train master.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington Station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. What kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
Hey.
See you later, my good man.
You'd be very helpful, thank you, sir. Let's dive deeper into this mystery. Mr. Robinson. Okay.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Right. Clothes. Unless it's a small. Cheap ticket. Okay. Hands. Married. Okay. Skin. Okay.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Really?
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
I can see where you'd... I can see why, from your perspective, that would feel the case.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye, sir.
Okay. Let me go through the obvious stuff so that before we speak to him, so that
A telegraph.
right. What is that I need to? Huh. I need for something, but something innocuous. Is there anything on the board? It is definitely for some things, just what? Something in the fire. Oh, yeah, oh. Right. Oh. Aha, what have we got here?
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Oh. Insurance organised by Thomas L. Robinson for his prototype called the Autonomous Electric Generator. This policy partially covers the loss of the prototype up to 50% of its value. Maximum cover amount £50,000. Insurance duration 1 year renewable. Yeah. Okay.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
Right. Young age, bit obvious. Clean clothes, good start. deductions, so he's new to the job, but he's a station master. Okay. Ink smudges.
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand. Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
Okay, good.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Huh. Well, you may have been working here, but you're still pretty rookie, judging by, no offense to your age, but also the fact that you put an instruction booklet there. So I reckon you're a rookie rookie station master.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train.
Okay.
It was not his right to do so. He was very rude.
Well, at least you did your job.
And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
Oh, really? Huh. Okay. At least when he states his coding, he does know his stuff. When it comes to the train lines, he does know his stuff. I commend him on that.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
Good.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Okay. Chesterfield Railway. What? Train. Rip. Either that's someone's really terrible attempt to label something, or just and I'm only deriving this from the fact that the way the last was written, estación, in that regard. It's in Spanish, or I have no idea if estación is actually staying in Spanish. It's station in Spanish. What is English for me tonight? I have no idea if that's actually station in Spanish. That'd be kind of interesting if it was, but it almost gives you the impression that maybe a Spanish person might have written that. I don't know. Duarte, although I don't think Duarte is the part in Spanish. I doubt. I don't know Spanish, so what do I know? Okay. Excuse me. Right. Can we talk to this? Actually, let's have a talk to this Mr. Robinson, shall we?
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Really? Well, how about we study you? Yeah, I know I can tell straight. His accent is pretty damn obvious. So closed. Yep, he's a businessman. Can afford expensive things. Nothing new about that. Heavy gold ring. Snake skin boots. Fancy shoes. Oh, crocodile skin. Whoops.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention. But I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
Okay. So what went wrong? Let's start with this.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in. And yet, I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Okay.
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
And you've no idea who Shark's brother is and what he can do to you. So shut it.
I see that you kept your grip sack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station Master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
Well, at least I got that part sorted.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there.
Okay.
I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
Gentlemen, please, let's no, let me finish a line of questioning with you, Mr. Robertson. Hold on.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
Okay.
This Robinson is quite a character.
Yeah.
We should learn more about him. The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazas Chilean company.
Right. Okay, never mind that one. This vanished. Oh, it does. Okay. Need to get more information first. If we can make any sort of determination.
It's a scandal. An absolute outrage.
Can you go in here by any chance? Nope, okay. Make sure I don't miss anything. Go in here.
Railway post bags.
Say the obvious. You can move around it. Thank you.
This gripsack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Of course.
Okay, oh, this one. I do like these little puzzles, actually. Yep, be that one. Okay. Sometimes they're all mixed up, sometimes just a matter of moving a few things. Contracts, okay.
Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
This is an exclusive sales contract regarding the prototype invention dedicated to appliance supplying electricity in an autonomous way. Emerson Electric Company, the buyer, understand that they are purchasing this device as is and in agreement. Ms. Thomas L. Robinson, the seller, is not responsible for any problems that may arise to the prototype after the purchase, whether or not those issues were known by either party at the time of purchase. The buyer is obligated to make prepayment in the amount of 10% of the prototype price in advance upon signing the contract. The remainder should be transferred within 1 month, within a 1 month term. Exclusive sales contract requiring dedicated sales appliance selling Hong Kong General Electric Company. The buyer understand they are purchasing as is contract amount. Okay, so basically the same one except for Hong Kong General Electric Company. Same contract says it's going to the Barcazas, Chilean company. Okay, right. So it's basically a contract different. This one's going to Madison General Electric Company. Okay, so it's just basically forwards the whole bunch of contracts. Right. Emerson Electric Company, Hong Kong. Yep. What? Oh, what? No. You did what the? Oh, oh, okay. I see what's going on here. Oh, I see what's going on here.
An exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Oh, I didn't actually special on the line then. That would make a lot of sense.
Yet another exclusive sales. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sale. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
Has insurance, many customers. Robinson is a victim. Since motive. Need more information. Excuse me. Anyway, on that note, we're going to end it here. And I'll see you next time. We're going to go and question Robertson again. Then we might talk to Station Master again. And other than that, we might go to film what the other station was with the next points. And yeah, see where that takes us. See you next time.